I will not negotiate a delay with the EU.
Standing here, I have a distinct sense of déjà vu.
Yes, there was an inescapable sense of déjà vu in British Parliament after lawmakers voted to delay their approval of the new Brexit deal again. In a rare Saturday session, the government tried to get lawmakers to back the deal Prime Minister Boris Johnson negotiated with the European Union. But they instead chose to withhold their support until all the necessary legislation has passed. It means Johnson will be forced to ask the EU for another delay to Brexit, something he's vowed repeatedly not to do.
I will tell our friends and colleagues in the EU exactly what I've told everyone in the last 88 days that I've served as Prime Minister, that further delay would be bad for this country, bad for our European Union, and bad for democracy.
Johnson has promised to deliver Brexit by October 31st, with or without a divorce deal. But the vote was intended to ensure the UK can't crash out of the bloc without one.
Order! Order!
Parliament previously passed a law that says Johnson must ask for an extension if a divorce plan with the EU were not passed by Saturday. But a defiant Johnson said he's not hitting the Brexit pause button.
And neither does the law compel me to do so.
But Johnson relented, the British government later on Saturday formally asking the EU to delay Brexit, but also sending a letter from Johnson arguing against it. There was drama outside Parliament too, where tens of thousands of anti-Brexit protesters marched through London to demand a second referendum.
You can't ignore this many people, you know.
The people's power has to be responsible.
We have children, we have grandchildren, and we want a future for them. It's in Europe.
Whatever nonsense is going on in the Palace of Westminster today, we the people need to give our opinion on it.
I don't think that he should have a final say in. He's saying that Brexit, the people have spoken, but the people have not spoken.
Since Britain voted in 2016 to leave the EU, it's still uncertain how, when, or even if Brexit will happen. Johnson will try again to pass his divorce deal in Parliament next week. Former Prime Minister Theresa May, whose own Brexit deal was rejected by Parliament 3 times, says she'll be backing Johnson's Brexit plan. If you'll remember, May resigned in frustration after lawmakers kept throwing out her Brexit blueprint. Well, here's what she had to say after the latest defeat.
I intend to rebel against all of those who don't want to vote to deliver Brexit. Yeah! If you don't want no deal, you have to vote for a deal. Yeah!